Rhythm of the night, that is Bastille there here on WRS at 10 to 5. BBC World Service News coming up at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Someone who knows all about rhythm. Primitive J. Barnes was born in Jamaica, raised in London. He's in Geneva at the moment on a promotional tour. Primitive loves music, in particular reggae. His love of music has taken him to all four corners of the globe, and today it brings him to Geneva and into the World Radio Switzerland studios. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What do you love about music?
Everything. I love, you know, I'm a lyricist. I love words. And not only I love words, but I love the rhythm that people sing. A lot of Jamaican artists, if you hear them singing without the music, it still sounds very
rhythmic, doesn't it?
Yes. And that's what I love about music.
You mentioned, Primitive, that you love the words as well. What do you, and we're about to hear some of your music as well, which is a fusion of reggae and jazz. What do you like to write about in your music, in your songs?
I mean, mostly I try to deal with love in a universal sense, because personally, the world needs more love as we go on in time, because we have more and more economical problems, which causes other situations, as we both know. So, you know, it's not because I think about, oh, I need to do that, but I feel that in my soul that you know, it's my position on the planet is to spread as much love as possible in my daily life and in my music.
You've developed your own style of music. You were born in Jamaica. You grew up in. I was reading about your trips to Japan and Tokyo.
Yeah, I've actually lived in about 8 different countries so far.
Wow.
You know, Brazil, which is I've adopted as my home, basically.
Why all of these different places? Is it music that has taken?
Yes, basically, music has taken me, and I've always loved the idea of getting to know people, and the only way to know them is to live with them. The only way to know someone is to live with them.
Learn the language.
Yeah,
eat the food.
Yeah,
smell the local scents. Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you spend a month or 2 months, but when you start to work with the people, take the transport, you know, it's a different energy altogether.
How has Primitive, living in all of those places, influenced the sound of your music? It's a fusion of reggae and jazz. I think you call it Rasta jazz. I love the name.
I call it Raz for sure, which means Rasta jazz, which gives me an open. It doesn't lock me down to any particular type of style, which I prefer. I don't want to be known as a reggae musician. I want to be known as a musician, period. You know? We're
going to have a listen to some of your music right now. I want you to sort of introduce and talk us through this. It's a track called Calm. Tell us a bit more about Calm.
Calm is actually a real life situation, like most of my songs, about me and a lady who I was involved with, and what transpired from that. But so I wrote that actually going to get my ticket to travel from Norway to Sweden. I was going by train, and on the way to the train station, I had spoken to her previously. I kept singing "Don't Lose It Calm," and then I just wrote the song on the way to the station. And but I also made it universal in terms of because I say don't lose it calm, because around the corner, basically, you don't know what's coming. So if you and I know for myself that if I maintain my calm, I'm able to react in a more, you know, more positive way to whatever happens.
Let's have a listen to Calm right now. My guest here in the studio this afternoon, Primitive J. Barnes, who has his own unique style of music. It's a fusion of reggae and jazz, Rasta jazz,
a few different things.
Let's have a listen to Calm right now here on Drive Time, WRS.
All right, then. Yeah, all right, yeah. Oh. All right.
Don't lose your calm, Rastaman. Around the corner could be a storm that you buck up on. Don't lose your calm, Bingy man. Bingy man, around the corner could be the psalm that you back up on.
Don't lose it, yeah.
My baby says she loves me.
She says she love me. She says she love me.
Then she says she's got to leave me.
Now she pack up and go.
Then she says she still wants to see me, yeah.
See me.
I said, baby, you must be crazy. Are you trying to kill me?
Trying to kill me. She says she love me, but not with me anymore. Trust me, I could never believe that she would go. Now she pack up and gone. All I got is me and my heart broke. She's taking this like a joke, and she's gone away. And even I remember what we used to say. Tomorrow is another day,
Don't lose your calm, Rastaman. Around the corner could be a storm that you back up on.
Don't lose it, don't lose it.
So that is what you call Raz.
Yes, and
Raz.
this one was actually this is a production by Jatta.
Yeah.
You know, it's the dub version of Calm, which is actually it's an underground success, and it's ever growing. So yeah.
And do you do all of the music?
Well, I don't actually. I have a partner who's Swedish, and he does the music, and I do the lyrics, and you know we produce the material together.
Yeah. Well, I've learned something this afternoon. I've learned what Raz
is all about.
Reggae Rasta. Yes. Thank you so much for coming in. Primitive J Barnes, my guest. He's in Switzerland at the moment for a promotional tour, and you were just saying to me whilst we were listening to that you've never been to Montreux.
No, I have never been.
So many musicians that have gravitated there over the years.
So hopefully, while I'm here, I'll make a trip over there.
I hope you get to enjoy it. Where can our listeners find out more? Do you have a website?
Yes, I have a website, which is it's at primitive.jattaeworld.com. I have, you can find me on Facebook, Primitive J Barnes.
Great.
And if you just Google.
Yeah, Primitive J Barnes. Primitive Raz.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll find it.
You'll find a lot of things.
Cool.
Yeah.
You must check out the music scene in Lausanne as well. It's really cool. It's a bit more sort of student-oriented underground, but there's a really healthy music scene in Lausanne as well, whilst you're here as well. Primitive J Barnes, you can find him on Facebook, on the web, Primitive Raz, and you'll find out more, or you'll be able to hear more as well. Thanks so much for popping into the studio this afternoon. Great.
Thank you.
We've got 3 minutes away from 5. BBC World Service News is on the way at the top of the hour. Eliza Doolittle now to take us to the news.
Don't lose it, Bingy man. Don't lose it.